Hi, it's me, Dylan or Soulfuzz, and we're out here. I thought I would go out in nature and just get away from all the busyness and the hustle and the bustle of life. Um, this was kind of inspired by, I don't know if you've seen like those videos that are floating around YouTube, and they're just such vibes. I've been getting recommended them, and there's just all these, mainly girls, which I think is great. I mean, I don't know. I just have a thing for, there's just such a feminine beauty. I love feminine energy, feminine beauty. It's always been something that I really have been drawn to. Wow, I just caught a fly and let him go. Stop bugging me, man. But yeah, so anyway, I've just been super inspired. I don't want to say her name because I can't remember it off the top of my head, but she always does these videos in nature. And I just thought it was really, really peaceful to listen to her just kind of talk. I mean, a lot of those videos are like her giving advice to people. And I noticed I have a hard time like feeling comfortable giving advice to you guys or anyone out there. Even though, I mean, when I think about it, like deep down, I know I've been through so many different things and I've learned a lot. And I probably have many beautiful things I can share, like things that I've even shared with my younger sister and her boyfriend and family members. And, you know, I have helped other people get through things, but I don't know. I guess I find it easier to just share my experiences as they happen and almost create like a catalog of my journey. And sometimes people will watch and they'll feel either that what I'm experiencing resonates with them or not. And if it does, then maybe they'll learn through watching my process. Maybe. But occasionally I do give bits of advice too. So, but I just wanted to take out my book and we could say like a prayer here. So if you're not familiar with this book, which I know the font is going to be backwards because I'm using the front camera, but maybe I'll flip it. The Freedom Transmissions, Yeshua. Such an important book to my spiritual growth as a person. And honestly, just overall, if you're someone who feels like they don't know themselves or had gotten out of a really bad situation, like a relationship or an area or a time period in their life where they were completely lost and didn't know who they were anymore, this book really helped me. And I guess one of my favorite prayers in here is the prayer of transcendence. And it's kind of in the middle of the book, or I guess maybe it's towards the end. Let me see. I guess maybe not. Maybe it's in the middle. It's in the middle. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. I'm just going to like randomly read an excerpt actually too that I just saw. Freedom is not being and doing whatever you want. Freedom is being what you are. That is the freedom of being. It's just so simple. Okay, here is the prayer of transcendence. Yeshua, the dissonance I feel in this moment, I am giving over to you. I am deeply sad, Divine Father and friend, in witnessing and experiencing this. Yet I understand that I do not know and am best served in serving and holding the light for this experience, whatever it is for you, whether it's being overwhelmed or overstimulated, feeling angry at somebody, feeling frustrated or even out of balance with yourself. If you feel like you just almost like you know something's not right with yourself, you're almost bubbling over with fear, abandonment, rejection, disappointment, or just simply imbalance. If you just feel imbalanced, okay, you have to understand that you do not know what's best with your mind. What is best for you is pure and it's in your soul. It's already there. And what it is it's love, it's light, it's peace, it's simple. It's already there. And you just have to look for it and choose it. So you have to choose to hold the light for this negative situation. Be the light around other people. Don't just let the light shine on you, but instead be the light for others and for yourself. I agree to first come to peace with this situation that I'm experiencing before acting. I will not choose hate and feed the energy of hate. I will hold the light, and if I feel grief or sadness or mourning, I will not reach to victimhood or rage. I will forgive to help lessen the burden. It's so peaceful. And, I remember being at a place in my life where I would hear something like that and maybe I would scoff at it. Just the idea of, not being angry or not standing up and puffing out my chest and stating my opinions and my perspectives so strongly and putting others down in a way to protect myself, my human experience, when the truth is, if I were to have been in touch with my divine self, my soul, if I would have had an idea of my essence as compared to my ego, I would have saved myself a lot of stress and a lot of anger. I never knew how to forgive. I thought I did, but I didn't. And it starts with forgiving yourself. That's for sure. I will forgive to help lessen the burden. Please help me, Divine Father and Mother, to move this dissonance and anger that I feel. Show me the path if I need to engage. Show me how I can channel this into my passion through peace. That's the key. Through peace. Always. For I trust you to show me how to act with peace in a way that brings resolution through love instead of dissonance through pain. I trust you to resolve any imbalances inherent to this experience. Show me how I can best serve in this issue I am passionate about through peace. Thy will be done. Amen. The way that the prayer summarizes at the end is so powerful to me. It's just beautiful. Show me how I can best serve. I can recall being at a place in my life where I wouldn't even know what it meant to serve, right? There are so many of us that we hear the word serve, or we hear the phrase like, we're serving somebody else, or we're serving, we're beneath something, but that's not at all what it is. That's what we think. We think that we're beneath someone if we are serving, but the truth, the real truth is that when you serve through peace, you are on top. You are the leader of your life and of the world around you. Living through peace is living through light, is living with God, because in my eyes, truly, God is peace. God is love. It's so funny that, peace and love, those are like things that so many of us, we always say how we don't know how to define them. Like, people always say, like, how do you really define love? Sorry, I just got so distracted because there is a go-kart driving through the field in front of me. Probably, well, they're like yards keepers or groundskeepers of this area. See him over there? Well, wow, he just disappeared into the side of the trees. Well, have fun, brother. I just think it's funny how love and peace are, they're kind of like these themes that we almost don't know how to define as people. I'm sure you've heard um, like online or throughout your life that, you know, everyone's definition of love is different. And I'm sure everyone's definition of peace is different. And it just makes you think like, wow, love and peace, they're these energies, these things that exist that we as people can never really define. So there's a wonder to them. You know, there's a magic essence to them. And it just adds more to that theme of them being God. It's just beautiful. And when you realize too that, you know, we are made in God's image, and people, you know, say that all the time. You hear that, it's in the Bible. It's a very well-known thing, right? We are made in God's image. And then you have to ask yourself though, what does that mean? We don't all just look like God, right? Like we all look different. So what does that mean? And it's because we all, every bit of life, birds and the bees and the trees and us people, we all have peace and love within us at a deep inherent level. From the time we are born, it's a beautiful gift, right? Our life is beautiful and we have this energy inside us. And you can't take it away. But you know what's crazy is the world kind of takes it away. It doesn't actually take it away because you can't, right? But what the world does as you grow up and you experience pain is we seem to lose. And it's part of being a human, because as a human with a mind and a body, we are limited. And it's our journey, it's our purpose in this life to seek inner wisdom, find your true self. I believe this to be true. Through this book, I've learned that. But what I've also learned is that, you know, it's not my place to judge another person for where they are in their divine process. Sometimes maybe it doesn't happen in this lifetime. Maybe sometimes it takes more than one lifetime here as a human for you to fully embody or find your true self. You get all this time to find it. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful thing, life. It really is. And you know what's crazy too is death, which this could be a whole video in and of itself. Like the idea of life and death being equally as beautiful. Birth and death, right? Gain and loss. Separation and connection. They're all balanced. They're all equally beautiful. And when you start to see that in life, starting with the small things, it starts to magnify to the bigger concepts and realities of life, like, you know, birth and death. Like somebody dying, your first thought is, oh, that's sad. But I'm starting to have an appreciation and a love for death and life. Because in a sense, when you internally die as a past version of yourself and resurrect as a new person, and you completely change, that is a death and a birth that you are experiencing. And I think everybody is meant to find that. And that's kind of the whole thing with life. I think everybody has that gift. It's just we are all at different places in that journey. So that's why that's why it's so important not to judge others. You can simply have grace and love everybody for being human. Woman, man, child, adult, elderly. You know, we're all in this together. And life to me is so beautiful, and it's so worth every little moment. It's so easy to get caught up in our careers and our lives. But sometimes you really do just have to come out into nature and pray, or just sit, or stand. I'm standing. I don't know why. I'll tell you why. I was too lazy to lower the tripod. Okay, I didn't want to, and I mean, I could sit on the grass. As a matter of fact, you know what? Just because I said that, I'm gonna do it. Let's sit on the grass. Okay, hang on, wait. Okay, let me tighten my tripod. Okay, we're sitting on the grass. Officially. The sky is so pretty. Wow. Let's just take a moment real quick and just let's just be grateful for our lives. Let's just be grateful for the people in our life, for the time that we get to spend alive, breathing, just existing. It's a miracle, the fact that we can live. And when you start to embody peace, you realize that's really the most important thing in life. And it all starts with loving yourself. I've come so far, but I feel like I'm still just so detached from the true essence of peace, because my mind still likes to play tricks on me. I am still human. And even now, like, some of the things that I'm saying on the camera, I just feel like I'm talking in a weird way, or I'm judging myself. And I'm in my head, literally, I am comparing myself maybe to others, like these other people on YouTube that I mentioned, even though they have gifted me with inspiration. It's like I'm afraid to just be myself and to make a mistake. It's like I'm afraid to just say things the way that I would say them. And I don't think I should be afraid. I think I should just be me. I mean, I'm self-aware, and I know when maybe I'm talking too much, or I try to be in touch with that part of myself, you know? Man, I wish you guys could see the sky. This is not fair. I just keep looking over at it. Hang on. Let's see the sky. Oops. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Man. Yep. That's my view. Or you know what? Hang on. I mean, then I won't get to look at it, but I'd rather you guys see it. Yo, look at. That's where I'm at. Just chilling. My butt was on some mud. That's all right. It's just Earth. It's the beautiful Earth. It's crazy to think that I'm out here, right, and I'm just talking to myself. It feels like I'm talking to other people, because in my mind, I'm telling myself that I'm talking to people. But the truth is, I'm alone, and I'm talking to a screen. And there is a gift in that too. Think about it, you know, essentially I'm journaling verbally with myself. I'm expressing myself. I'm growing a relationship with myself. And since we are made in God's image, forming a relationship with your true self, finding peace within yourself, is finding God within yourself. And so, yeah, it's just that simple. It's funny. It's amazing, actually. It's amazing. And I'm not like a religious person. I don't adhere to a structure or like a denomination or whatever. I grew up Catholic, but I think, you know, Catholicism and the way I was raised instilled faith in me at a base level. But life was not pleasant, you know, after all that. It just, being in a church did not change my life. Finding God in me, true love within myself, finding that to me is the essence of life. That is the purpose of life. Love moves mountains. That's the page that I flipped to. I decided to kind of flip to a random page, and it's this chapter about the power of perception. That is what I wish to bring clarity to today. Mountains. How you perceive them and how your spirit and soul in co-creation possess the divine magic to move them. Clarity is about perception. It is not the mountain before you that is the joy or the problem, depending on your outlook. It is your perception of the mountain that is what either creates larger mountains, cumbersome mountains, or reduces them to a field of grass. Just like this one. The slightest little hill can feel like a mountain when you are carrying the density of crosses and burdens, such as shame, control, impatience, despair, or anger. The slightest remark, the slightest hill, the slightest bubble can be perceived as a massive mountain when you carry these energies like shame, control, impatience, despair, or anger. The mountain will appear and feel exhausting to scale. When you are not carrying so many burdens, when you are lighter, scaling a mountain can be quite simple and actually quite enjoyable. Or, through shifting your perception of the mountain altogether, you can move right around it or even right through it. That depends on the lens through which you choose to view the mountain. Your perception of mountains in your life is very different when you are present in the now versus when you are focusing on the past or future. You often perceive issues as mountains, inconvenient mountains, typically when you are feeling separate or focusing on the outcome, the expectation of what a specific mountain is keeping you separate from. Or, when you are not present, either living in yesterday or tomorrow, your perception of that mountain is that scaling it or resolving it will require so much work. You wonder about what's on the other side. Is it worth it to scale this mountain? Will it be worth it to make this change? How much will it take to resolve this health problem? To organize my finances or finally clean my house? The mind says, I have so many other things to do and I think I'll just put it on hold. I'll just wait. These are distorted and limited perceptions that can keep you from scaling small mountains while they're still little. The clutter from procrastination builds and the mountain grows taller. In trying to focus on the big mountains, you forget that addressing these smaller mountains with curiosity and as much love as you do the larger ones can not only help you to scale the larger ones, but also will help you avoid having to face cumbersome mountains altogether. Don't overlook what is before you in the present moment by taking more moments to observe and witness yourself, your thoughts, your surroundings, from the overlook of the mountain of your life. Wow, I love that. That's cool. I'm so glad I got to do this today, or that I chose to do this, because that's really what it was. It was a choice. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me. If you do watch this, if not, this will be basically like a little video for myself that I guess was like therapy. I got to meditate with you guys. I got to reflect on peace a little bit. And hopefully, if someone does watch it, maybe it will help them. That would be cool. Anyway, it's been me, Dylan, or Soulfuzz. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye. I have to grab my camera. I can't just leave it here. Wow, this is so pretty. So I had to pick up the camera again. Look at the sunset. It just crept right beneath the clouds. That could be my thumbnail. cool. You see it? Look at it hitting me. It's golden hour, baby. Wow, that's so pretty. That's amazing. Wow. I should use this camera here and get a shot of it real quick.
Gray walls with the chills, why? It all depends how you live it.